So you mentioned many of these identified sites, for example, the MSB, was a carryover from a previous housing element. Is that right? You mentioned the housing element was 2015, but it was selected in 2017. Is that because it was approved till 17, or?
That was swept in 2017.
Sure. All right, and I'm going to speak loudly, quietly, loudly. Thank you.
Close to the mic.
Yeah. So our previous housing element really focused opportunity sites in two locations. Right here, where we are, including the PUC site, scattering along El Camino, Chestnut, and then that was governed by an El Camino Real, Chestnut Avenue area plan. That really sort of set the vision for how we wanted to see this area develop. And then downtown, and we had our downtown station area specific plan. Virtually all of the sites in the downtown area got developed over the last decade or went into some sort of development form. None of those sites really rolled over. In this area, almost, a substantial number of sites got developed through the PUC process. We, entitled 800 units right next door. And in doing so, we recognized that we had this narrow, thin parcel that was not a great housing development site, but could be a great community asset site. We're on it right now. And so in developing this site as a public facility, we took away an identified housing opportunity site, or a number of them. And so we made them up by looking just across the street and saying, okay, well, we're not going to need that site as a community facility. That was the thinking around 2017, mid-cycle. And so we swapped sites and said, all right, this is our public facility site. Back at the MSB can be our future housing site. And HCD did a review, approved that, amendment and change to the specific plan, the general plan, and then our housing element. So that's the background. That's how we've kind of got there. And then we carried that site over naturally into the next housing element.
So thank you for the context.
And so as a sidebar, just to illustrate how onerous states' expectations are of individual cities, we've got a couple hundred sites in our housing element as opportunity sites, could produce 10,000 units.